Hey guys, Logan here. I know I already uploaded an interview today, but I don't want to just do browser games. I also want to do iOS games slash Apple games slash Google Play games. They all fit in the same category. I want to expand my channel for not only doing one type slash version of games. There's also iOS games, which I'm now going to do, which means I might upload 2 times a day, 1 time a day, or 0 times a day, depending when I have my job. So for the first game for the iOS we got, the username is Nikolas07Pavia. The game is called Letter Learning Russia. The status is in development. The author is Nikolas07Pavia, and the genre is puzzle and education. I should let you know that this is still with AI. Once again, I don't want to get into it, but I will put their actual name in the description. Game. So, for this one, their profile picture or their actual form is a fish. So it'll be interesting to see how a fish made a game. And basically, it's pretty much about learning Russia. It's pretty much like K game, learning alphabet about Russia. And I say it is a pretty interesting game, but I'm going to call this person up. I want to make sure we're okay doing the interview, and we'll ask him some questions. See you then. Alright, guys, I got the dude to do an interview with me. He is absolutely okay with doing it. His actual name is just Nicholas. He said that the own name did stand for something, but as you know, when I start these interviews, I usually ask, "Hey, why did you choose this interview username? What does it mean to you?" So we're going to ask him about it. I got on mute right now. I'm going to unmute him, and we're going to ask him some questions. All right, man. Once again, thank you for doing an interview with me. Now, the first question I have for you, your username is Nikolas07Pavia. My question is, why did you decide that for your username?
My username, Nikolas07Pavia, is a combination of my real name and a few numbers that I chose for my username. The Piva part of my username is a play on the word Piwat, which means peace in Russian. I wanted my username to represent my love for the Russian language and my desire to spread peace and understanding through my game.
Nice. So, my second question is, you said that your game is, you said that the genres for your game are puzzle and educational. How's your game a puzzle and how's your game educational?
Yes, my game is both a puzzle and an educational game. The game's puzzle part involves matching words and phrases with their correct translations in Russian. The educational part involves providing users with a basic understanding of the Russian language. For example, the game provides a pronunciation guide for each word or phrase that you need to translate, and it also provides definitions for words that you might not be familiar with.
Nice. It is definitely nice to learn about the Russian language. My next question is, why did you decide to do name the title of the game, Letter Learning Russian? Why did you decide that title?
I named my game Letter Learning Russian because the main focus of the game is to help people learn the Russian alphabet. The game involves matching words and phrases with their correct translations in Russian, and the letters in the alphabet play a big role in how Russian words are spelled. Therefore, the name Letter Learning Russian accurately represents the main focus of the game.
Nice. I really like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read off the words that you put to Russian. Uh, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read off the words that you put in Russian, And then after that, after so okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the words in Russian and I'm going to translate them in English. And what I'm going to ask you after that is why you decided on those words to be translated in English. So I'm going to read them first. So yeah, I'm going to read them first, and then you're going to explain why you chose them to translate in English. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that is perfectly fine. I am ready to hear the words that you have in Russian and to translate them into English. Go ahead and read them to me.
All right. So the words you chose in the game are neat, one, het, magnet, doka, karate, yoga, illumination, forgotten, yellow, wiggle, food, friend, hero, jam, and language. My question for you is why did you decide on those words to be translated from Russian to English?
I chose those words because they are all common words in the Russian language and they represent different aspects of Russian culture. For example, neat is an adjective that represents order and tidiness. One is a number that is used to count objects. Hat is a piece of clothing that is worn on the head. Magnet is an object that attracts metal objects. Doka is a Russian word for towel. Karate is a Japanese martial art that has become popular in Russia. Yoga is a physical exercise that originated in India.
Wow, I really like how you explained how why you chose those words. My next question for you is in the game you drew like pictures of pretty much like what the word is about. My question is how did you exactly like draw those pictures in the game?
I used a combination of artistic skills and reference material to create the pictures in the game. I have been drawing since I was a child, so I have some experience and knowledge about how to create realistic and appealing drawings. For reference material, I looked at images online and in books that show different objects and concepts that are related to the words in the game. I then combined these reference materials with my own artistic skills to create the pictures in the game.
All right, so my next question for you is that in game that there are pictures and you click on the pictures and then there's these letters that are alive and you have to put them in like these blank spaces. My question is why did he decide to make like the letters like alive? Like why did he decide to make the letters of the Russian alphabet alive beings?
I decided to make the letters of the Russian alphabet alive because I wanted to make the game more interactive and engaging. It was a way to make the game more interesting and fun for users. I wanted to create a game that would not only be educational, but also entertaining. By making the letters alive, I was able to add a more playful and interactive element to the game, which made it more enjoyable for players.
All right, guys, the interview is not over yet. I just think that the interview will go over 10 minutes because I do have some extra questions and I gotta be careful with my time here because if my video goes over like too long, it can not upload for me, and that has happened before. So I'm going to make this into a part two with the rest of the questions, so that way it doesn't become too long. So there will be a part two. This interview isn't ending yet. There's just another part two interview with the same person that I'll ask the rest of the questions to. So expect a part two.